You know, they say not to run from a wild animal because they can sense fear. And on a sales call, I can do the exact fucking same. And that's what I'm going to teach you guys how to do today. I'm going to show you exactly what to listen for with a fearful prospect and stop that shit in its tracks. So you can help that person get out of their own way so fear doesn't continue to rule them. Now, I'm not saying that it's just not going to happen, that you're just not going to get the objection. In fact, the call that we're going to look at today, I pre-handled it and it still came up at the end. But I had so much leverage and authority from earlier in this conversation, in this live call we're gonna see, that it only took me like 7 minutes to objection handle this dude. Whereas it would have been a long ass 30-40 minute fight and he probably still wouldn't have moved forward, or he would have hung up or some shit. So I'm gonna show you how to set yourself up to be able to battle the fear, you know, if it were to come at the end, and being able to use that context that you get and the leverage and the authority that you have, but not in a, but you said this earlier in the call, but you said this. It's a lot more tactical than that, because the minute you start pointing fingers, the minute you start trying to remind them of what they said, well, guess what? They fucking shut down and then the call is over. But if you do all this sauce and you get all this context and you don't use it, well, it does you no good, because it's like we just had this conversation for no reason. So I'm gonna show you the balance. Welcome back to the channel. If you're wondering who is this handsome young man with dreads and tattoos and what does he know about sales, my name is Nick and I have closed multi-seven figures, millions of dollars in high ticket sales, and I've helped countless others do the exact same, like Chris here, who has consecutively been the top performer on his offer for 3 months in a row now, after only being in high ticket sales for like 5 months. We got Alex here, who has been the consistent top performer in one of the biggest trading offers in info. He made 11 grand last month, close to 11 grand, like 10.6, and he made more than a lot of the closers on his team. We got Knight here, who went from 3 grand a month to 15 grand a month in fitness sales, and countless others. I take on 5 additional new clients every single month, no more, because I want to be able to give you as much support as I can, not coddle you, don't fucking get the wrong, not coddle you, but I want to be able to give as much support as I can to help reach these numbers right here. So if you're on an offer, you're constantly losing money to objections, and know that there's money being left on the table, hit the link below, see if you qualify to be one of the 5. Dude, let's dive into the call. Cool, so we got the call here. So this is about 15 minutes into the conversation. By now I have a decent amount of context about the dude's problems, about his current situation. And so in this part of the call, and the point where I find his fear, or I find the fact that there may be some fear floating around, is when I ask him what steps he's taken towards solving the problem. In this case, I was selling a biz op, so what steps would you say you've taken towards starting an online business? And this is his answer.
It was, and then I kind of started trying to make videos, but it just didn't really grab too much because it's like,
Yeah. So
I,
you've been thinking about making money. I want to make sure I don't mess the timeline up. You've been thinking about making money online since 2013.
yeah.
Okay, so 12 years. And in that 12 fucking years that he's had this idea, 12 years, guys. You know what I was doing 12 years ago? 12 years ago, I was 13 years old. I was fucking playing Call of Duty 12 years ago. And this dude has had this idea on his mind, and let's see what steps he's taken. In that 12 years, what steps would you say you've taken towards like building an online business?
So I finally am using the Square app because I use Square for all my sales and stuff. So I'm finally utilizing like their online service to do that. So I've been procrastinating on that just because I've been kind of like at a standstill, not believing in it, but I'm like, you have to take action. You got to like get that online and start offering like stuff for sale just to make it. We have to start small, even with the online store. Like I started off super small in here, so the only way to do it is actually do it. And so I've been buckling down on that. And
So when you say, and I respect the honesty too, right? Like it sounds like you're. So for 12 years, since I was in 8th grade, this dude has had this goal of starting a business online, and the most that he's done is set up Square. This Square is a platform to like process payments and shit. All he's done is set that up. I'm emphasizing this because this is really fucking important. He also said, and I respect his honesty, which is why I just said that, he said that there was some fear around, is this even gonna work? Which is what's held him back. Now, the reason I said I respect his honesty is because obviously we want him to continue being honest and continue being open so we can gather more context. Context is key. We want to be able to gather more context around what's kept him stuck so that we know what we're challenging. Let's keep going. Like it sounds like you're being pretty honest with yourself. For
yeah,
the last 12 years, the steps you've taken is getting set up on Square. Is that what am I
yeah,
following?
procrastinating. It's like sometimes people run at 40%. of what they're capable of, and they just got to like kind of organize.
So again, the good news is he's being honest. Something to really pick up with his language here is he's saying people. You know how people run at 40%. He's not saying you know how I run at 40%. And this language pattern repeats itself. That's really important because he is detaching himself from the fear, right? Let's keep going.
And just start running at like 100% of what they can do. You got to use.
What they can do behind the procrastination.
I don't know. It's honestly just kind of maybe self belief, maybe like imposter syndrome a little bit. Just kind of like.
Respect. And tell me more. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm just like I come from a family where it's like
So we're gathering more context.
they're all limited a little bit just because they let it happen. You know what I mean? Like it's just like a lot of my family members have that same kind of mentality where they don't think like they're going to be more than the norm around here. You know what I mean? It's like it's just mining around here and just like blue collar, like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of collar, a lot
How
of.
has that reflected in self-belief within yourself?
Yeah, I just feel like because you're only a product of your environment, so it's just like you know, I've almost alienated myself a little bit, and I'm just trying to like believe in myself and just do. You're only on this planet once, so I'm just trying to like capitalize on this
Yeah.
opportunity before it fades because there's going to be all these.
That's going to be the most important part right there. And I'm glad we're having the conversation now is the self-belief piece. I am glad we're having the conversation now because he's telling me, like, guys, they will tell you these things. They will tell you that they have fear, that they don't believe in themselves. Now, if they don't believe in themselves, how are they going to move forward at the end? How are they going to make a decision for the betterment of their future, for the betterment of their lives, if they don't believe in their ability to execute and make something happen? Now, here's the thing. This is important too because in order to be able to catch this in somebody, in order to be able to challenge this in somebody, you have to be able to challenge yourself too. Like ultimately what we're doing in this call is we're getting someone from the point of not having belief in themselves to having so much belief in themselves to take action that they invest $7, $8, $10,000. Now, if you haven't done that, if you are constant, maybe you're in the same place as him where you know that you need to get help in whatever area, maybe it be your health, maybe it be sales, and the most that you've done is maybe watching videos like this, is maybe opting into free courses, is maybe asking the top guy on your team if he can review your calls, and you're constantly talking yourself out of taking tangible steps. Of course it's going to be hard to catch this. Not only is it going to be hard to catch it, it's going to be hard to challenge him. And when you say things like, I want to be able to challenge my prospects, but I don't know the words to use, or I don't know what to say, or I don't know how to do it, it's because you are relying on tactics. You're not relying on your own experience. You're not relying on the fact that you have overcome your own bullshit. A lot of what I'm saying here isn't, I'm not reading from a fucking script. It's coming from the heart. It's coming from a place of, I have done the hard thing. Let's keep going. So
Yeah,
let's unpack that even more. So you tell yourself that you want to do these things, you have these goals, but then you don't. Like, what's the internal dialogue? What are you telling yourself when it's time to take action that leads to you not doing it? Need context, right? I need to understand how is he talking to himself so I can know what to reframe.
yeah, I've like pretty much exhausted all my, you know, um, yeah, like I'm just kind of tired of procrastinating. You know what I mean? Like I've done a.
No, let me reframe. I'm sorry, that's on me. He didn't answer my question, right? He's trying to. It's almost like when you get in an argument with like your significant other, right? And then you're just saying you're right, right? To try to alleviate the tension and the stress. Like I'm asking this dude, what is the internal dialogue that's coming up? I'm asking him to give me more context, and then he's pretty much just saying, I just need to do it. I just need to do it. And a lot of you will take that and you'll run with it. No, 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 no. Answer the question, Mr. Prospect. Let's keep going. I mean, more so like when it's time for you to take action, like over the last 12 years, right? You said that self-belief or imposter syndrome is what stops you, right?
Yeah, you start to figure yourself out a little bit more as the years go by, and like, okay,
So my question, remember what I said earlier about detaching himself from the problem. So, sometimes people operate at 40%. Right here, he said you just have to figure yourself out. He's not talking about himself. He's talking about people. People isn't who's going to move forward at the end. Mr. Prospect is. Let's keep going. Don't let that shit go over your head.
okay,
So my question there to get clarity is when it's time to take action and do the thing, whatever the thing is, right? What kinds of things are you telling yourself when it's time to actually take action that you're perceiving as self-belief or imposter syndrome? Like, what are you telling yourself when it's time to do it, typically? I just had to repeat the question like 3 fucking times because I said it earlier and he just like didn't fully understand it. So sometimes you just gotta repeat the shit, sometimes you gotta rephrase it, right? And this works when you know what you're looking to get out of the question and you're not just throwing out blanket questions. Let's keep going.
Uh, um, kind of like just telling myself that I'm like, it's just like be more realistic, I guess. Like it seems
Boom. Got it. Be more realistic.
seems unrealistic to me in a way because it's like it's so foreign around here, you know, and I feel like if you put your energy towards something and you believe in it, you can do anything. And it's just one thing. Like I'm starting to realize that a little bit late because like
Okay,
I
man.
this downtown Timmins and like and just I've already like over accomplished. I've accomplished a lot. I just kind of don't tell myself that. Like it's kind of like an imposter syndrome. But and I just got to keep going. I got to like
So
not let.
when you say be more realistic, what parts, in your opinion, seem unrealistic?
Yeah, like I don't know why it's realistic. I just tell myself like it's not normal. So it's like I can't do it, or it's like
Okay.
you got to have luck involved or something, or like it's like.
Okay.
But I don't really.
Now, this type of belief obviously does not serve this gentleman well and does not serve the outcome of him getting to where he wants to get to well, right? So we can't just let it slide.
I don't really. I'm starting to change my mind on it, where it's like if I just have a plan and
Yeah.
have a good direction and have and put the steps in place, and then like I'm pretty creative. So if I just had the right team, I think I'd be able to like start something and I'm a quick learner. So it's just
Yeah.
a matter of like putting my mind to it and
Can I say something? Can I make an observation?
yeah,
Yeah. So like I mean this from a good place, right? So don't take it the wrong way.
no, no, man.
But with what you're calling self-belief, is it realistic? It's foreign. Is there even a point, right? Rather than it being a self-belief issue, is it fair to say that it's actually excuses to not do the work?
Yeah,
Excuses. Right? Now that I have context, now we can cook him. It's easy to say, it's easy to externalize and say it's my family and it's how I grew up and but he needs to fully take ownership that he's making fucking excuses. He's making excuses. Sometimes I'll listen to a call and the closer will be like, dude, this dude was so full of fear at the end of the call. Like he just couldn't get himself to move forward. And they say things like this the entire time. We can't let it slide, right? We have to call it out. But like I said earlier, you have to be able to catch the shit in yourself. You probably have a fear as well. It's human, right? But you probably have a fear of investing into yourself, of doing what you need to do to get to the next step. Now, until you can overcome that, good luck helping someone else overcome it. And if you're ready to overcome that, like Alex, who I was saying earlier, like Knight, like Chris, hit the link below. If you're on an offer, see if you qualify. I can't stress this enough. Do not get on my calendar if you're not currently on an offer, asking me to help you get on an offer. I've done it before, but it is not a set in stone deliverable that I offer. But if you know that there's money being left on the table and you want to help other people get out of their own way, start by getting out of your own way and stop consuming all this free shit trying to piece it all together. Let's keep going.
yeah,
Excuses. Tell
for sure.
covered
You're
that self-belief.
you're creating excuses to just in your mind just to like limit yourself. Yeah, for sure. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess the right question is like how much longer do we want to continue giving ourselves these excuses and calling it imposter syndrome? How much longer do we want that to continue?
100%. Like I can't have it continue because it's like you know you just kind of you watch your life go by and you just I'm
What has
don't want
that costed you when you say watch your life? He says you watch your life. I wish I called that out more directly. The fact that he keeps making the problem something that's not him. I wish, I mean, we're already challenging him here. We're already cooking here. But the next part of the process now is asking him, well, what has that costed you? Right? Say, watch your life go by, that way of thinking. Watch your life go by. Every time he tries to make it external, I bring it right back internal. Not what other people say, not other people watching their lives go by. You. Let's keep going.
yeah like I just feel like I could do more, you know, and I can
I just feel like I could do more. Now we're starting to use internal language. We're shifting his language patterns in real time. It's subconscious. He doesn't even fucking realize it, but it's in his best interest, right?
I'm more aware and I'm you know I got the drive and I'm just
And dig deeper, man. Like That way of thinking, the procrastination or the excuses, like if we really look at it, what has that way of thinking costed you so far in 12
Oh, it's a lot, like a lot of wasted time.
years?
At some points, yeah, I had a lot more. It's caused me a lot of failures, a lot of like, you know, just issues and stuff, and just like not.
It's cost me a lot of failures. Do you see the difference in language of it's cost me a lot of failures versus, yeah, when people don't take action, it costs them a lot of failures? It's easy to say shit like that. It's easy. We can't let it slide though, right? Whenever you hear your prospects externalizing the problem and using language that doesn't indicate to themselves, you have to bring it back internal. Like externalizing the problem isn't going to be as vivid as, oh, it's someone else's fault. Oh, like they're not always going to say it that clearly, but you can tell in the way that they speak if they're taking ownership. And a couple minutes ago, he wasn't. Now he's starting to.
Not being where I'm supposed to be at. Like I feel like, you know, it's just like
Yeah.
just make excuses, and then you're 40% of what you could be, and it's not even that hard. You're like you try like a 6 out of 10,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just
And
telling.
so and I respect your honesty, right? You're being I can tell you've had this conversation with yourself, like I said earlier, right? Like you're being very transparent, which is the good first step, right? Reward him so he continues being honest, which is the good first step, right?
Yeah,
12 years is a decent amount of time, man. What's actually different this time around that you are ready to overcome this way of thinking and act and rather than getting more information and thinking? Like what's different? You have to use information, I mean, language that indicates a objection, right? Getting more information. These are the same type of people who say at the end, yeah, I just wanted more information or thinking about it. Like what's different that you're ready to stop thinking? Same type of person who will say, yeah, I just need a night. It's just how I make decisions. It's just who I am. I just need a night to think about it. But they've been telling you this is how they make decisions, right?
I think I've been through harder things just for myself, putting myself through harder things than it's gonna ask me to do this. Like I feel.
That's a good identity statement right there. I've been through harder things, so I can put myself through something like this to do it. That's really good because at the end of the call, if that fear were to come up, we can be able to leverage things like this.
Feel like all I need is to not make excuses and just to do it. And it's just like I find I've been through harder things, so it's like I'm tired of just settling, per se, and just kind of, coasting, and just like doing the bare minimum. You know what I mean? Like I could feel like I
Yeah.
could try a little bit harder and, do things that just do something that's gonna make myself proud a little bit. I don't. I just
It's okay, man. And I respect that. What are you seeing right now that makes you feel like your life isn't where you think it should be or that you're settling? Right? Get specific. We need more specific context. You're settling. What's the evidence that you're seeing right now to lead to that belief?
just not not utilizing every opportunity that I have, or every little you know thing that I have at our disposal. Like we got the internet now, it's like AI. We got all this for us, and if we just put everything in place and do the thing, like gonna be it's gonna be good to go. And I put a lot of it. I'm an all or nothing person, and I got a lot of energy and drive. It's just I gotta.
I'm an all or nothing person. These are positive identity statements. I'm an all or nothing person. I've done harder things. He's starting to now detach himself from the thing that we don't want him to attach himself to, which is his fear. This is good. This is a sign of him starting to overcome it.
I gotta put it somewhere where it's like, and I'm tired of.
Yeah.
You're right. Like it's like making excuses just to kind of let your
Yeah,
foot.
can I offer a perspective that
For sure.
won't offend you? Yeah. So part of the excuse making, and this is from a good place, is like the story you tell yourself of I'm an all or nothing person, right? Because if you're basically giving yourself a binary, either I do it all or I don't do anything. Ah, looks like I took a little bit of a different approach with the all or nothing. This is some sauce right here, though. This is some sauce. So an all or nothing person can mean that, like, it could also be a bad thing, which I didn't, I caught in the call of it could potentially be a timing objection, right? Oh, I don't have the time to be able to pour into this right now. So I'd rather just wait a couple months until I have the time. I'm all or nothing. I'm either 100% in or I'm not. And so I didn't catch it right now, but I caught it then. That's some sauce. Let's keep going. Do you see how these things kind of show up and show themselves throughout just your journey in business?
Can't think like that. You just gotta like, it's just, yeah, I totally get that. Now that I'm telling myself like I'm all or nothing,
Yeah, that's another mental trap there.
right?
And I know I'm challenging you pretty hard, man. It's in your best interest. These ways of thinking of excuses and procrastinating and imposter syndrome and I'm all or nothing, if that were to show itself, would we as your coaches have your permission to keeping you accountable and empowering you to get past that?
For sure. That's like the best interest. Like that's amazing. Like
Are
that's
you sure? I'm not always this nice. Are you sure?
dude, this is you're being so supportive and it's great. Like I'm
Right? Again, I'm ultimately asking, do I have your permission to objection handle you if the shit that you're saying right now were to come up at the end? Now, we are going to jump to the end and we're going to see how this way of thinking did come up. And it only took me a couple minutes to objection handle him because of this, what is it, 10 minutes? Because of this 10-minute conversation that we had. Let's keep going. So before we get into the objection handling, I want to talk to you about a gentleman that I work with right now named Don. Don is an absolute beast. He works his face off. Don is a setter, okay? And he came to me through one of these YouTube videos that you're watching right now. And he has gotten so good as a setter through the training that we've done that he's actually done this a couple times. I'll put screenshots up. He took closing calls, okay? Because the setters on it, I mean, the closers on his team are some fucking princesses, and they canceled the call because the application didn't look good, and he's closed them back to back to back. He's closed like 2 to 3 deals as a setter and has helped the prospects get out of their own way because he has gotten out of his own way. We're also going to talk about Alex here, okay? Alex got this text from a prospect thanking him, and he literally had the objection handle the dude, thanking him right after and telling him that he's so excited to move forward and he appreciates his support. How many times do you get prospects texting you saying thank you? Thank you for helping me get out of my own way. How many setters watching this right now can confidently go take a call that the closer decided to not take and shank the motherfucker? How many? Probably not many, because you are so stuck watching videos like this. And the truth is, you could probably watch this video, take what I'm saying, and go close deals. Right? I get messages all the time of like, dude, I implemented your free shit and it worked. But if you're tired of being on the fence, hit the link below. See if you qualify. Let's get you right. Let's get you to the next step. Let's look at the objection handling now. How do you feel?
pretty good. Yeah.
Cool.
Uh, yeah, 7,800, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good, like a low price for what it is.
Yeah.
For the financial options, well, like how could I break it down?
It's a good question. Now, we need to know a lot more before we just answer that though, right? As soon as someone's asking what are the payment plans, a lot of people will rush to tell them, well, we could do a 2 pay, a 3 pay, we can affirm it for fucking 84 months. Slow down. Let's make sure that he's actually on board before we give that. So we don't have set plans. Money's easy though. We can figure money out. It's the easiest part. Money's easy, dog. Money's easy. Money
Yeah.
aside, is there anything that'd keep you from feeling good?
Nothing. That's
Easy.
it's yeah, it's easy.
So if we see, he's mirroring me, he's like, yeah, shit's easy, dog. If we were able, because again, we don't have set plans, but if we were able to break it down and make it more feasible for you financially, would you be ready to make it happen?
Definitely.
Cool.
100%.
I love that. Cool. So again, we don't have set plans, man. What most of our clients do if they don't pay it in full is we could split it down the middle. So we could do 39 today, and then that second half, we could spread it out over a couple months.
Okay. Okay.
Would that work?
9. So 39. I'd have to go to my bank and then yeah, I can do that.
You could do 39?
Yeah.
He'd have to go to his bank. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say go to your bank, just so I could connect the dots, what's behind that, having to go to the bank?
Um, do I just need like to give you my bank information, I guess?
Yeah, we could just do it with the card. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. So for that first 39, did you want to not? That didn't even make sense. Like, what do you mean you need to go to your bank? That didn't even make sense, right? Like, It's crazy because a lot of you would hear that and then the call's over and then you'd end the call and then be like, oh yeah, the dude's gonna move forward. He needs to go to the bank. When we could just take a credit card. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, there's so many small moments that the deal can slip through the cracks. And it's simple things like this because we're gonna keep going and we're gonna expose a little bit of fear.
Want to knock it out with debit, credit? What were you thinking?
Debit would be great.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm pretty excited.
What has you leaning into taking action rather than making excuses like we identified in the past? What has you making a different decision today?
This is in case any fear were to come up. I'm sure you guys have had these moments where you had a fearful person and he agreed to move forward, and then when it was time to pay, they hung up, right? This is to be able to prevent stuff like that. Is you want him to tell you more and more and sell himself on why he's not leaning into the fear that you caught and you challenged him on earlier. Now, if you didn't catch and challenge him on it earlier, obviously you can't say that, right? But we know what's held him back. And so he now needs to further tell himself why he's not letting that shit continue to hold him back.
Honestly, I just feel like I didn't think it would be that much of a lump sum right away. I feel like I was gonna do a little bit smaller payments on it, just to be more manageable at this time. Just because I don't want to unload all my savings in one shot. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now with that.
Okay. So he agreed to move forward. I asked him, what has you leaning into moving forward as opposed to making excuses? And then he says, well, I wasn't expecting it to be that much. That doesn't even make sense. Like, you just agreed to move forward. So now that we know that, though, now we can have the right conversation because otherwise, what? I would have taken the card and then I would have started to take the card and then he would have ran away. And I wouldn't have even had a fighting chance to handle this.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries, dude. Let's see. So are you saying if you were to do the 39, that'd be all your savings?
But it's just dipping into something I don't want to dip into. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have access to credit?
No.
I probably should have got more context, like dipping into something you don't want to dip into. Like, what are we talking about? Like, how much money do we actually have?
Not right. I'm not using credit right now.
Okay, is that like an ability thing or a choice that you're making?
That's just a choice. It's a new choice. Yeah.
Okay. So then why don't we, if we start with the 39, the remainder, we could break that down for as long as it's comfortable for you.
Yeah, in hindsight, I definitely should have got a little more context here about his credit situation.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say maybe like smaller increment payments, like to get the 79 done, but that'd be a long-term thing, right? Okay. Hmm.
Well, we could figure it out. We could figure it out on the back end. Let's just take care of that 39 right now, and then the remainder we could put together our heads and figure out like what's a good plan for you. Cool?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do the 39 right now, to be honest.
Okay. Okay, what's behind that? Let's unpack it. Let me see if I can help.
Uh, yeah, I just wouldn't be able to commit that much right now until I started really working on it. Like I do believe in it. I can't do that right now.
It's that fear coming up, that same fear we called out earlier. And we would have been eager, right? I would have been eager. Like, yes, he said, let's go. Let me take the credit card number. But I asked him, what has you leaning towards action as opposed to the fear? And the fear came right out. Now we can have the fucking conversation.
Okay, and what's behind that? Like when you say you can't.
Like I have some savings that's put aside for something else that's important that I need just to get by.
Okay. So what would be a little bit of a more digestible piece to put down? What would that be for you?
Like 1,000.
Yeah, see, I love cooking my own calls because I did not get nearly as much context as I should have with this guy.
Like 1,000.
Okay.
Now, he just said that he wants to put a band down. A band. What the fuck are we going to do with a band? Come on.
You know when you asked for that extra layer of accountability a little earlier?
Yeah.
Is it okay if I offer some of it?
This is how you bring back the things that you spoke about earlier in the conversation. Exactly like that, right? This isn't in an attacking way of like, you said, you said. Remember when you asked for that extra layer of accountability? Is it okay if I offer some of that? Right? Collaborative.
For sure, man.
Yeah. So money is a form of commitment. right? And so with you wanting to commit, were you wanting to do the absolute lowest that you can? What does that say about your commitment?
Mm, okay. It's not where it should be at, I guess.
Right. And like we identified, commitment is the reason that we've been in this place, right?
Yeah.
So I'd be doing you a disservice to just say, sure, let's just do a grand. I'd be doing you a big disservice because you're not committed. But at the same time, I don't want to leave you in a tough place.
Mm.
So like how much do you actually have put aside total, including what's paying your bills? Like how much do you have put aside so I can have a good idea?
So now I finally get the context that I need that I probably should have done a couple minutes ago.
Could do like 2 grand the most.
Okay, what we could do then is we could start with a third.
Ah, see, I love this. Like, I asked him how much, this slippery motherfucker, right? I asked him how much he has put aside. He said I could do 2 grand. That was my fucking question. That was my fucking question. My question was, how much do you have put aside?
Which is 26, and then the 52 remaining, we could figure that out.
Okay.
Cool?
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
So ultimately, he agreed to move forward on, I think, 26, and then he starts to look at his account, and I guess I don't fucking know what happens. And we think that the job is done, but the job is not done. Let's see where this goes.
The most I'd be able to do right now is 1,500 bucks. That's what I'd be able to do.
So the good news is he's in the buying pocket, right? We went from 26 to 15, but he still needs to commit. It needs to be, it needs to sting a little bit, right? It needs to sting. So let's see where this goes.
I can meet you in the mid. The two that you said, the minimum that we start with is 26, which is why I said that. The two you said is like, I can go ask for forgiveness and meet you in the middle, and we could start with two.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that work?
You guys can't see him, but his body language is like he's like grabbing his face and shit and whatnot. Like he's looking uneasy.
Uh, I'd need some time then to do the two.
Okay, so if I
He would need some time, right? This is why, my mom used to always say, you don't count money that you don't have. So I'm not in this place where I'm super eager and excited, like, oh yeah, we got the deal. No, it's not a deal until the money is in the fucking bank, right? That's why I'm able to attack this with a level head, right? So now we're being a deal maker. Let's see where it goes.
go fucking ask for forgiveness and I break a pretty big rule here and I make it work for you and we still get you going, do I have your commitment that you're going to show up, do your part, and then eventually become one of our testimonials? Do I have your commitment there?
Sure, man. I'd be a pretty good story for sure. And honestly, you're doing me a big solid because I didn't know how much of an investment it would be, but
Mhm.
like I'm trying to make it work with other things going on, and I knew it'd be a reach, but like it'd be so amazing to get my foot in the door and just learn. And honestly, this is a tough conversation to have with you, like honestly, because you have like
This is the law of reciprocity, right? If I'm going to reduce the fucking investment, like not reduce the investment, but reduce the commitment up front, I need reciprocity. I need to know that if I say yes to this fucking greaser, right? Because I got him on a greaser, on a grease dog. If I'm gonna get this dude in on a grease dog, I need to know that he's actually gonna move forward. And so we need to create reciprocity, right? Like, okay, if I say fuck the rules and I go beneath what is the minimum, this is some sauce, right? If I go beneath what is the minimum, do I have your commitment that you're gonna show up, you're gonna be one of our best students, and then eventually give us a testimony? Do I have your commitment there? Now he feels like he's giving me something. I'm giving him something and he's giving me something in return. So it's going to be really hard for him to back out and continue saying, oh, I need more time. And you can hear it in his language too. He's like, dude, you're doing me such a favor here. Like, you're really doing me a solid. This means that we're getting the reciprocity, right? But I don't want him to feel shitty. I don't want him to feel judged.
like literally like an hour, just like
No judgment, dude. Well, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do 15. Let's do 15. And as long as I have your commitment, I'll go ask for forgiveness and we'll get you going. All right?
all right, man.
All right, let's do it. So you said
Boom, right? We got him in at a lower amount. Again, this was a greaser, right? This was a greaser dog. But we got him in, we collected the cash, right? And the dude was able to take a step, even though it was greasy, right? He was able to take a step towards building the future that he wants. And this was the first step in him not allowing fear to continue ruling and controlling his decision making. So if you want to be like Chris, who is the top performer on his offer for now 3 months in a row, if you want to be like Alex, who is the top performing setter on his offer, making more than some of the closers on his team, if you want to be like Don, who is a setter who took closing calls because his fucking princess closer didn't want to take it and he still closed back to back. If you want to be like these gentlemen and you want to have a chance to work with me one-on-one so we can get you right, so you could stop having to piece this all together with videos like this, hit the link in the bio, see if you qualify. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace.